cleanliness is next to godliness. Mpaebɔ say you communicate with Nyankopɔn. Nyankopɔn honhom deɛ. Now my reference honhom na nkyɛ sɛ we need to be a.
Oka sɛ obi wɔ feelings a me metiaseɛ wo sadness, joy, all those kind of emotions. Nyankopɔn or sa.
Oh be. Sabi bibia no ho wiase bia ni ho Nyankopɔn ni bi. So when ni bia nka ntimi kana bɔde ho.
Ne rate me ho.
Ne rate me ho.
Ne need me je.
Need me je.
Na me ne rate me fi ade.
Ne rate me arefie ni Nyankopɔn ho anka ntimi boy arefie. Nyankopɔn arefie no transcendental. I can be say transcendental. Page say nya honam ani. Ono ni mu no ade bia form no ankasa no ho is perfect.
Ade ntina nyame oyɛ honhom no. E wo se nipa ede ade ɛyɛ material ɛka ho ɛwɔ ne mpayi mu ɛne Nyankopɔn kasa.
Without the touch of spirit, matter is useless. Incense no what purify the environment. As sounds of what my elevate your consciousness, I dream no multi get free. Then three droplets. And so we use that as way to purify the environment.
And more.
What there be? See, science no who quite fast wa. Yeah. Extracting.
Okay. Pampan biya maybe.
Yeah, share number system. Certificate is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 9.
Yeah.
Every number BR rotating on this nut. It doesn't have an end. The highest number in numerology is the most powerful number which we can have. And it represents God. In Catholics, no, we used to start on Rosary, no.
54.
54. 5 plus 4, 9. Exactly. Similarly, Muslim, no. 99, no. Beats, no. 9 plus 9, 18. 1 plus 8, and 9.
Yeah.
So which is to say, actually we are all serving the same maker, the supreme being, but then we are having different vehicles. I want to reach the supreme.
Okay. You say mudi shim ska e sheboto bi na mo ya na say amanfo sika mudi shim.
Yen sanum no you dwuma bia die bia die na sa ansa we no you say the exerting energy. This is pointing finger. It is not really so clean. It's all the year any spiritual activity. These neck beads no represent three things: identification, we be able to say Nyakopon and so forth, and then protection. Because you are identified as a servant of God, no, that gives you that supreme protection. Say wherever you go, nobody sees. Everybody sees that you are untouchable, and yet it drew we told in protection. But we all have these negative qualities in us, and also that is our enemy. The enemy is not the person who do no. The enemy is not the person who the person who judge me through him. We all have demonic tendencies and divine qualities. Protection is we want to protect ourselves from all these kind of negative qualities. Negative qualities they've been in the anger, greed, lust, pride. Envy. So no when you na so we buy your one no. Now he is envious of you. As no buy your one now he is a very angry person. And answer he is full of pride. And all those qualities now come no normal way you move. And you want to protect ourselves from they developing in us.
Yo arefo the sanso mama kwa babiem e de ba se PETA TV so. And then so yabama fie mu efri se nimde na igusu aye hwehwe na yaba yunuanom Hare Krishna for enchen. And then so ye no omo ebe ya adesua kakra ye bebisa ekwan a omo fa so bompae aso omo hye incense omo de Christians beka no rosary nkramofo be friend tasba se tasbirin so na omo nso afre no japa ana na omo nso afre ni japa epesi ehu denti na omo bompa e wonso omo hye incense denti na omo bompa e wo se wokita saa rosary na se tasba na se japa no ene ekwan ben so na wo se nipa fa so a bompa e ebeso Nyankopon ani so saa no mani nyina ehu hia na we ne enoma e pesi ehu firi omo ho na omo nso kire adwena ewom opanyi ye ma akwa babiem na mpacho ho ye
nyamiadum mpaibo ho ye
it is also ho ye radiadum boko edano nkomona ani udi na mse feedback ni enya na it was very positive nti yasan ba onchen biem na yegusu aye penim die no ye pese ye hu Hare Krishna for ekwan amofa so amobompae
Hare Krishna for choir for bompa and say first of all empire born again Pare bonne say wodin semfo bi anase wodi numa sem ebeka asem bi ade ahwahwa Nyankopon ayefa ne Krishna woda bone din kronkron no beka asem ade aderade ase woda sere bone fache me or different modes and types of prayer.
Okay.
But yeah, most common way at the bonfire they find a chanting. Just say a bad cancer for about could be now access to beam, cancer for access to beam, and only choir if I say a bonfire, and only you could take beats no, I find of Japa beats no, near the bonfire. And then empire no, so no, another one so her own crab beats, name or the years in the Christopher because of praises and worship no. We get in send on tour or the ato. Adi ahwahwa Nyankopon odi pejano adi ato. See basically no yeah way of the bonfire no so can say why so incense ni at the end of cre say mpaibo no nya say you communicate with Nyankopon and in bon and ni nketa hodie nti aye invitation ye frɛ Nyankopon say yes sere ne say wo mbaro metie ya hia asem a pese de tunanim nti ye frɛ Nyankopon aba nso no be hia se be ma environment no aye a bit clean to attract God, because Bible crackers say cleanliness is next to godliness. They say as tibiana woman no se hontia a bed in so bonfire so wo frɛ Nyankopon de Nyankopon aba nti ye wo mre a ya hyehye nso a mre bo ho nso boaye mre ti bonfire ni ye ana yawo anoma bi nso aya kadie bi ehia ma mpaye no nso boy medicipi se bi se na ese bi kra ye ho ane unse bo ho kra so refi ne mpamu ano no kan o se udware ahotie ho hia enye se bi a wo no nko ane mu manka so ne pedua no wodi
okay ma ye be ko no the right way to to pray no ba yen hwe Nyankopon so ye honhom
when pray
o ye honhom adentina me obi a oye honhom me bompire me hear something material ede eba empire no say honhom de ono kasa nko anu oti o nti adentina e wo se menya incense ene beats ene any say accessory o say den o e kan
o de nti e be hwan se Yankopon honhom de na so man re fese honhom na nche say oni tibia Watibia or tire wa no onsa or feeling na se bi ga Bible say oboni person is soon so
okay
ade a woni no ntimi fam obi Nyankopon ni tire ni nan eni abasa e ya tibe gas Nyankopon abasa no to say e se be Christopher ta kasa to oni honam a ere na ye kasa na abasa ana se kwesi Nyankopon ana ase nti o tibia ana o wasebia no o san so feeling or ye sentient or feeling nti sabi o apede ni normal open wonpe
okay me ba o say description now dey man on say nipa you limited with words ana so ka say obi wo feelings a me tiase wo sadness joy all those kind of emotions Yankopon o sa
obi sabi bibie no ho wiase bie ni ho Yankopon ni bi so wani bia nka ntimi kana body ho me cannot ase a say ade bi wo ha e bro Nyankopon so a na onyanyame ade bi ye kra honama ade bi wo ha na say bro Nyankopon so a ese Nyankopon ntimi nya bia na say bi ntimi ka say Nyankopon ni so enyame ampa a wase bibia ona bibia wo no
to nyame wa tinka na rate me ho na nitimi je ya wa hai se ne wa wiase mu a ye refi no ye ho kire ne ye tini suwe ne ye bre ye fizi ye gie ni no aya na ha no okay mami misa we dey me chipi me dey bem keke nipa ye rate me fi ade nyame ni rate me fi ade
you rate me arefi ni Nyankopon ho anka ntimi mboye arefi bayan arefi no nya papa de me kan wasi ase orefi ye so orefi bibia enyina ya wa ha rate me fi se se bia o se me fa me phone na asa kofi akwakofa ba Nyankopon arefi no transcendental ya ka bi se transcendental fa je se nya honamani enya na refi no nya bad you cannot classify say enye everything about God is perfect only mono idea be a form no ankasa no is perfect and even forgetfulness on the path of God is perfect But then to us, no, we realize that forgetfulness is a deficiency.
Okay.
But the person who calculates say be being in what was as is why Yankopon won't be. When you be any other intimate, yes.
Okay.
God even has that tendency to forget.
Okay.
You could deeper, your choice, there are different things, but your best way a bit. But there are a lot of things that we can say, stories and historical events which you can prove to that.
And I say, Yankopon narrate me fear and bonnet.
Exactly. I know you have one also perfect example.
Okay.
Because Sebi, oh yeah, but I'm partners de be a one boo and you're going to maybe swa. Better no at netting. In the air, real per se, yes, be a real fee say about punishing, but I say when you goes, well, winning a guso. But in a way, it looks like forgetfulness.
Okay.
The other person say, and yet the forgetfulness now, yet, see our hand bino, and yet the classifying a coupon forgetfulness.
Okay. By
transcendental, I say, bro, as I see so, and see, I see any dear.
Okay. Until you back to prayers, and maybe say, I didn't know, Namio, your home. There was a nipper, a day material, a can home, Nimpaimu, and Yankopon Cassa.
Necessary. Yes, say without the touch of spirit, matter is useless. When I'm there, a dotier bikeke, any angry. Say, or cratias form, I remember some when I'm doing one, I'm going to mean a spirit not animating matter. And so even if we want to connect in a spiritual way, sometimes because we are in the material world, we use our facilities available to do that. Okay. So even pilgrimage, call holy places a spiritual journey. But then we cannot just vanish and go there. Now we have to use our facilities, material facilities, and go and do that. And doing that, that's mechanical facility to be spiritualized. Why? Because the end points they say you are using that as a medium to get to the supreme. The same thing religion we are having now. Religion is not a spiritual activity, a material as using our Christian, Muslim, but the young can say as association maintain to be found connected to God. But then we are using that as the medium to connect to the divine.
Okay.
Into incense, incense not what purify the environment. As sounds of what my elevate your consciousness, I dream multimedia free. And because incense no normal idea agapati, sandalwood, need those plants connect you more to nature.
Okay, my missile. On say incense be or and I said you shouldn't be or Christians it me use oko calyx for no more almost share any adin Muslims I don't know for them so omu use subia ena monso no Hare Krishna ne Eastern religions no monso use sandalwood ne various forms of incense. Adentina specifications.
Well, I would say a specification might be in terms of interest, but then in everything, your classes, your grades, sandalwood know you're one of a very nice and wonderful plants. The aroma, even the bark in your crown, it is a palm money. Okay. Similarly, cow dung, then a droplets, and so we use that as way to purify the environment.
And also motion incense.
Yes, she incense.
Then tree binino.
Yeah, there's your cousin, can't enjoy one some crana, a whole lot of topic. I mean, enjoy your bobia. Well, yes,
Nentria, you couldn't come at your comma,
you couldn't quite nearly pay no. So what's Yasia and for swabbing or so much chance of the kuno. It's economically grand, better say, when you're in China, yan on what's Yassi, when you're some faso, dance of the kuno, when you're not in the fans and it's in the Hundam Bianca Cadia.
Okay, inti. Men cano ne dank, me cano ni binino, nentrie binino. Oye ne say, now de aye incense, and mon.
Oh, there be. See, a science, no, who quite fast. Yeah, extracting.
Okay. Pampa and Biam, maybe.
Sabi say, bon, sanka fragrance, no, and Cabak, I say, once near but they're so purifying, so purifying.
Okay.
So any ritual be a baby, a cast a ritual as well. Most of the rituals, ritual, I say, what didn't know about women, what can't boom. Quanche. What kind of quanche do you have? I can't ritual, yeah.
Now, negative,
but then that should not be the case.
Yeah.
Ritual, no, say, a quanche. Quanches one edge and your coupon on the watch says if I went for a kaboom, let me your baby and only a quanche.
Okay. Okay.
See, as you know,
okay. Inti, young share Mo de any Japa beats, no.
Yes.
Mo de no and cremo for the him say 99. O kind no Makoma 99. Calex and so they 54. Mo de and I do saying.
And then 108.
108. Why that number?
108 is a very powerful number in terms of numerology. But then even coming back to our science as Krishna people, no. 108 is no jina homa for 108 bia mo very dear to Yakopon. Nti so big mu bia na yes almost mo boy no ma cry no ma ahoden a abatwe no abata Yakopon ase ne Yakopon atwe mo abata mo no na ma atwe mo abata Yakopon. Mo so mo why no mo ntimi enkaye na yenso ntimi nya sa ahoden bi se yenso batwe abata Yakopon. The 108 represented from the 108 principal groups. Yakopon ne chidifo and now one now no very close intimate association no 108. Zam
almost a normal through biana.
Almost through. They be among Yakopon and a dear who see the dear will be okay. Yes, there's almost Babuano, my chin batano, bataya omo. My uncle Cana, so a bang Yakopon, and almost wait to be a bang Yakopon. Into your so busy Mubiana. Yeah, chariots and I say your teachers and so I say, bid and switch na homa, send your cousin Yakopon Nassimo. Said Yakopon and see so my son Yakopon name was here, send say Papa. Yes, said oh, she Batan, no my home my body but me a sumo. The Cassians went to me, they tell Pam Yaquaya Faha, you know, Cosiaga, see a jazz today. Your so name, any baby, why you could a channel. It's a wa, see a papa, she Batan. Namaya sang Caitanya between Jasum. And see, so one beat beyond that is the consciousness. You're so mono. So we are holding on to the feet of.
Okay. The numbers, no. No kind numerology.
Exactly.
Numbers, no. Apart from say, also gopis, right? 108 gopis. How more so? The say, heavenly beings, right? But also numerology. 108. Okambuma ubenya number 9. Why yes. That number?
That 9 yeah, number system. Certificate 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to 9.
Yeah.
Every number BR rotates on this 9. It's the highest.
The BR any figure 10 billion, 10.5 billion.
It has to reach 999. And so now you have to start over again.
Yeah.
The 9 here finite. But it's infinite, and I say infinite. It doesn't have an end. Okwesi the highest number in numerology, is the most powerful number which we can have. And it represents God, the Supreme. Yes. In Caitanya, in here, 1 plus 0 plus 8, 9. In Catholics, we used to touch Rosary, 54, 5 plus 4, 9. Exactly. Similarly, Muslim, 99, beats, 9 plus 9, 18, 1 plus 8, 9.
Yeah.
So which is to say, actually we are all serving the same maker, the Supreme Being, but then we are having different vehicles. I want to reach the Supreme.
Okay, Mami Misao, Hindu for ne Buddhist for no so. You so mukitebi.
Yeah.
Omonso de no numbers na yesa na.
Well, I know that I can't really tell, but then I know that Buddhist beats no see a difference.
Okay.
Yes, and then Hindus, almost every Hindu uses the same 108.
Okay.
But for the Buddhists, I can't tell.
Okay. Okay. Nti mo chanting no. Misconception and I say there may demand so two form kakra. Me beside no. And then nothing here per clarification and through. Yes, say modification ska a sheboto beam. Na mo ya na say a man for sika modification.
And a crack of we are to be bring a say kuta. A bottle bisa into all the sash more. Now, all chaining a car. And I'm say, if you say beats in yard and what's yellow. Now, a yard and then a connect to a young point, Yam fan top rough. And I am probably a back at the back cuffum and a finger back cannon. The bottle be a bottle a crown womb. A little vampire. Now, bottle also in actually is all vampire. I look and say a yard, a year, no idea, a year, shiny penny. So we get Hannah or as a business or has to be secret, sacred to you and quite confidential. It's to be at the shard, you bottle near the catastrophe near the vampire. Now I can't say we. I'm sorry, not pure war house out on some. But how the whole idea is say, yes, I know you may be a GBI. That's answer we know. Yes, the exerting energy. This is pointing finger. So we person pronounce the case Biana. Why say any kind of warning Biana this finger and yet the exerting energy free. And it is not really so clean. It's all the year any spiritual activity. So we take this one out of the bag and the rest, the other four, yeah, they are no.
Nipan Sankasa no. If you are a Juma,
and we have different aspects, and we have palm mystery near the different side altogether. Nipediano, you cry, and every part and parcel piano has something to say.
Okay, inti, if you are holding Sawukita Adibia Kronkron, and Sasa Woman Saweka,
trust them no action, no sense, I weigh the exact energy. I want to say
bad energy,
bad energies. Into yet far and anything sacred, and now the bomb pipe into a any ritual near you be a young fire and sour in Kahon.
Okay, into Ukita beats Bible now, and also be Caitanya say.
For Bhagavad that can kind of dear, we use the whole finger to read.
To beat me the ones are
flip. By any chance of chanting and calling the names of God with the beads, no, the specific say we don't use this hand.
Nasa a yinino.
A sacred item.
A sacred item.
But the be an idea. The bead, you know,
a dena. I dear Nina sacred no.
Yeah.
But I could the Obemano special treat. Naba could dear.
I mean, the NCIS and I say you can decide which marriage won't fall in count kind. But then how practical is it? How practical are you going to read with us? You can do that, Upa. But then it is not as strict as chanting with the beats.
Okay.
If you can decide to count, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But with
when
the
it
beat,
comes to chanting
exactly,
beats, okay.
Strictly, no, you have to, because that is directly the feet of God. That we know subconsciously, no. So we don't want to add this finger to it.
Okay. My main saying, Misa, the Gooku.
Oh, my dear,
I was a cramatin.
I told them a brace. I don't want and no crowns also. Maybe who say, me and Coupon cramine.
Okay.
Why? Why? Because, I mean, we are all like, everybody who tries to play God is dog.
Yeah.
You say, anybody who has that consciousness, say he is God, no, is dog. And that is what we have been doing since time immemorial, trying to play God. We have so much attached to the role-playing syndrome. Say, each and every one of us thinks that we want to be the enjoyer. I, mine, me. Everything should revolve around me. Into that conception on the air killer, that is what we are forgetting God. Into these beats, and this remind us that we are never God, but then we're actually dogs trying to serve God. In a sense that we have been playing dog for so long, but this time around, no. Yes, we are dog, but let us be dogs for God. One essential quality to be a Kraman who say he is very loyal. Dogs are really loyal to their masters. And even if I have to be a dog to remember or to remind myself of that loyalty to the Supreme, no, why not? But then that is a deeper meaning. But in an external way, no, I'm not saying we are dogs.
Yeah.
We don't have those dirty qualities as dogs. But then we remind ourselves that these beasts, no, servants of God. And it has three significance. One, identification. Obia who I said, when Yakupomba. Obia who are nye nipankwa, who carry us in a fanenina, whenever they see, say, you have these beads, if I know, neck beads, and I can't malano.
But we in some of the bonfire.
There be any form, and you call my dear. I decree. Yeah, you need decorate, you need jewelry, be a gold necklace. No, this is our ornament.
Okay. And it's made from?
It's made from a plant called tulsi.
Okay.
Very sacred plant.
Okay. Into any rubber and
any plastic. Similarly, our beads also is made of the same sacred tulsi plant.
Okay.
That is why it is so sacred. Say we always want to protect it from contamination.
Okay.
Into these neck beads, represent three things: identification, and then protection. Because you are identified as a servant of God, that gives you that supreme protection. Say wherever you go, nobody sees. Everybody sees that you are untouchable. Why? Because Sabi, you find even Krama for Mukrana, every dog beer has a tag. Oh, where a Germans are cramming. So, what did someone crown or they but then you quantum say Germans highway or yeah, Ubia, inside and I'm found come a Germans, no, Atiana Krama. It gives you that, because of that identification, it gives you that protection. And then similarly, it shows our loyalty. Say, we have nowhere to go. You know, say, Nyankopon.
Okay, now it being so down, sir, and also
yes, and so the same thing, protection and identification, the same thing. One thing is say protection on so Kofi asma o mate ne say oh usuro say ebetu edinti wode bansre ne ada bo da bi enye edru be beto na protection, but we all have these negative qualities in us and na also usuro. That is our enemy. The enemy is not the person who do no. The enemy is not the person who the person who judge me through some. There be we all have demonic tendencies and divine qualities. In the Native American religion, no, they say we all have two dogs. One is good and one is bad. It's the one you feed the most, no, that is who you become. Until we are having all these leash, we can't say we leash or these things to keep us under control. Say if we allow ourselves to go around freely now, we are going to mess up. We will mess up ourselves and we put others in danger as well. The protection is that we want to protect ourselves from all these kind of negative qualities. Negative qualities, they've been in the anger, greed, lust, pride, envy. So no when you know, as no by your one now he is envious of you. As no by your one now he is a very angry person. And as he is full of pride. And all those qualities now come no and you want to protect ourselves from they developing in us. Say okay. Now all these demonic qualities and evil qualities will leave us. That is a supreme protection. Okay. Yes, because if we don't have those things, if somebody throws that negative energy, because it doesn't have any way, it goes back to where it came from.
Yeah. Okay, Mami Misa. Esumbia wo. Yɛmfa say we are da okumi neck beading. Obi nso de betu ne sisi se bansere. Yɛbɛka sɛ mudie nso yɛ bansere na bia na.
Oh, there be se bansere de enemy de tu sisi. Ba de tu kom na ko colors rosary ne da ne kom. Mr. Nancy Moses and Cremophone, so what the task be announced was a sheikh than a kum to represent that he is a Muslim. Okay. And say identity is one important aspect of our lives.
So that means Momudi and Bansere in a difference room. Mon said I'm far Muncha Mojamu Sua say Munye rituals being Usua.
I a sacred plants, I find a tulsi. I am natural. That tulsi plants no it is one of the plants which Nyankopon is very dear to God. And say anybody who has that plants with them and our tulsi neck beads it represents he is a child of God. Okay.
The tulsi no awakano and you common to yen. I has a bia but ni tulsi no local name near them.
I did boy any hard the earth so began local name called whom Mokasa commerce near there be. Tulsi is a different thing altogether. Okay. The family kokomesa mu free our family name.
Esseno. By
Bia. Okay. And see it will be difficult to know the local name because I didn't quite local. Actually in fact I see so. Okay. And that was near Dia was trying him. That is why we come to know.
Okay. Inti me pacho say me nkamo somo no ho a metimi abeto bi de atomikum de abompai.
Say be the Tulsi beads invaluable. Sika bia no abesi me ato beats no and yes we be kan ye som ba o ye nyame o ye yankop o ye obi a obokon kronkron aprabo aya wo ye hotini a why not you feel the need say you have to connect more to God but as na toss we be da komu no ne kwan say wo de moja ana say eduane enam bia fa o minim ne kwan say wo de cigarette ana any intoxicant bia fa o minim ne kwan say wo de bo adwaman the can such a chabrabo. So for glitchy principle, no man 9 be a place of sin, no, which me to free moon as was a sober young Condia or one Quanya. So this are business to come. And yes, business that come is just the
it's just potency. Identify
exactly just the identity, but the protection and the loyalty is not there. Okay. It's just fashion, and we are not models to be on the fashion.
Okay, inti my answer in Mr. BM say me pese me bompire. Pese me bompire. What's a normal bang and me ya empire never kunya me hold straight many results.
Yeah, fair baby, yes, no me pia ni pa there's a new person ya dear biana so man for so your normal the measure. Sound man win number standard or the measure, time, place and a circumstance. So I know my way in a characterize the idea say, Nina Swanee. Time not the vampire, no, or say I say everything has its time, be on him ready. There was a specific time or her, very easy for us to pray. And now a vampire goes directly to the Supreme. If you be Brahma Muhuta, and now 1.5 hours before sunrise. That is between 4:30 to around 6 o'clock.
PM and AM.
AM. That time,
how much? 4:30
to 6 o'clock.
Okay. To 1.5, between 1.5 hours.
And then even after 6 to like 8, no. Those times is also, but the best is 4:30 to 6. That time the divine hours. That is the time anything sacred piano, anything you want to connect you to the Supreme, no. It is best because at that time the universal portal, no. I saw above for no so your prayers. Until it adds up to the yes and goes directly to the Supreme. And places there's a hen now vampire, no. And here no boy sorry and then pass no and pap we are that ni sebi we yeah no be on panels no. That place is not clean for you to pray. Also, every one thing I just want to repeat. Then you sit down, you'll be a Tibeto, you will be a giant 9, you will be a Nudiana. But a essential, so be a sit down beyond, you have to have a space for God. You have to have an altar room, and a baby, the place where you go and remind and connect yourself to the Supreme. Without that, the house is just a cemetery, I must say, because there's no life. And it doesn't have an altar and a sacred place for preaching, no. I mean, a room for all lots of elementals to come in. Into every house should have an altar and a baby. You have your own room to yourself, but you have to have a room for God in your house. Wow, Bakwa, you pray, you sing, you glorify the Supreme, you and your whole family. And that is what we call place. And as circumstances, a quite ben so akwanya ben our faso at the crown on the vampire. What circumstances? Boy, I said, and I'm kind of beginning or vampire on Trina saying when we are here. Matisson, or we know, says, oh, vampire, that's a shoes and a crown of my tongues, marble. But I mean, that is all not good. Yet, hey, because oh, God is not limited to us, but Sasabi make us and come no more. You don't feel like connecting. But I'm not so even if we the human beings have respect, say, nipa done for Casa, or say at least when you're presentable, no more say idea. How much more praying to the Supreme? That's what Paul was saying, that you want to pray. The body is not clean. So how are you going to pray? Until we have to clean ourselves inwardly and outwardly, then you offer our prayers.
Okay. Now, I'm saying to Muna Odiamana, okay. My missa, I did be sign on so. If we have a count on so, and also no patch a day.
A friend at Slack. Slack on a marker, an action, so I hang a coupon, a representative. In spirituality and whatever, I mean, in any civilization, anything we do as religious people and as spiritual people, no, there are 3 things. If we be yantra, yantra is signs. Like in Christendom, we are crucifix, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Okay. In Islam, you are crescent moon. Any Muslim mosque be almost a crescent moon style. Why? It has a significance. And we, from the Vedic point of view, no, the Tilak also represents Nyakopon.
Okay.
And the Tilak no jinahoma, the feet of God. Until we have engraved ourselves, and now we say empire the ball the names of God. Okay. Into all the parts of our body, no, we touch every part, and then we energize, we empower every part.
And vital places.
Exactly.
The
navel, Ofuma, Okoko, the collarbone has the left, your right, or the arm top, down top here, the back. And then the occiput. All those places near place of vitals.
Now, if you form, that means
if form it's just the upper part, the middle part of your body, and the forehead.
Okay.
Into every, say it is marking the 12 temples of God. Nyakopon tinabia into every part biano. We pray and call on the names of God. Say it's like we are making ourselves temples of God. Okay. That is basically. Say, you see, the body is the temple of God. Exactly. And see, that tradition, Vedic tradition, it wasn't so far from our traditional African religion. To say, God should be saying, because me sum yam on hwan ya bobo din bi but onim no
na wo nim no
minim na se bi nka me sum no
so no so nim nti wo sum no
but then you know the thing is for us Hare Krishna people no we know his name,
okay,
we know his address. You guess we know his name, we know his address, we know how to contact him.
Oh no so nimo
I'm not saying that nobody knows, but now the point I actually want to make is impersonalism.
Okay,
just in sending I also all kinds of young people home no money is there or young home just why I'm from. But that is not the case. He has a form. In the one name, say you name the form of the Supreme. Okay. And that is something which is really bad. It is affecting us.
Nti yam fan say esse by nya de kro.
Ene kro.
Okay, mama say misa. O kun Shaolin ana.
There be many Shaolin monk.
Na where you na si wa ha na.
Representative for monks in any spiritual organization we so share as a poor bit to am ha say. Your friend is seeker.
Where you meaning na say.
Any organization be at the monastery order and those who are following monk no, they have always that kind of appearance. They say it's in our kind in Buddhism no, they have the Buddhist monks who dress like this. Even in the Catholics no, your Catholic monks who also have so what you who say any Catholic be either cardinal, bishop, pope, most of the chebie to netiko.
I say
kurake be and yes we are cutting it now netiko hankwa ne kata. Buddhist monk so no abo no ade as a kon wetintin bi nesi form.
Yeah, and kremofo
so not net kakre bi ne kata ne. Even Jews, what's an skaka now achimbo ne ha say. Nti ask yourself, see I say Hare Krishna for nkwa ne hu ye na boso ne ti motikwa ne ade. Have you asked your cardinal, your sheikh, why the place is covered?
Why is that place covered?
That place is covered because that is your free baby. It is a gate of passage. In a very divine way. That is a place where every divine entity biano and everybody our personal life of righteousness no, he has to create the body from this side of the body. And actually, the body started developing from here, in the womb, no. Started from here. Now the whole other part started coming. They say, "Utina also akresa." Yes, say na pampa mu na home. Into womb that passageway, no, that gateway na. Okani be wura hunam dwe no ma is this here. Into womb na pushy, na cut to the back of the head here.
Okay.
Into that place now, so I saw crown no fast to free hunam dwe nim.
Tinipa ewu a. Ehona so ne fa.
Into the piano, that place should always be covered.
Na ne adentina won cover na wa genuine bi.
Jensi genuine say, yen live bushy hair. Monks don't leave bushy hair like that. We always shave our hair, but then that place no dear. We don't want to keep it exposed.
Okay.
Into say kataso.
Okay. Say any other na won fa che enche eche mumu nkata.
Eche me ko yankopo nyonko bompire. We don't put cap in fashion so out of reverence. This idea, I will just keep my natural hair now free munipediomono. I will just keep it there rather than taking any other thing to cover.
Okay. One more question now be I answer. Say be I will be before the back one. Adena was saying address say once a bottom and the friend is saying
about me I can't time but yet tam theater, tam tintin. I mean, you're friend Doty. I mean, that like I said, for an appearance for monks. So actually, any spiritual activity be a piano, even in Cremophore, so we'll call Mecca. Won't mention trousers, not top.
Yeah.
Or show white, not the from, not for belts, not the atoso, not what chada, or the attire good home, say, not the apple. Similarly, in any spiritual environment, we don't go with this modernized trousers and top ring now. That was not there before. And I'm permanentary, entire permanent, Nancy and Eba. In any activity which is really original and I have verdict, natural, no, it doesn't come with pam here. This top way is just a digusu keke, but the actual dress and me kukum bia ye doti and I'm a top your gumi any idea medicata no honor. Into these kind of appearance ne cry no a chance or any identification. No, besides I didn't know way. Materially because we don't have time to be looking at the colors. They be an measure tari, we measure trousers, measure way. It's all the same. I mean, there are lots of things, lots of problems to try to solve rather than thinking about what to wear. It's just take rope, tie it, and go and move your way. I mean, just pray and get connected. In a monk system and in a monastery, we don't really have time to waste. We don't have time for fashion, looking really beshe. Just have your dhoti tie, have your kota, your chada. Then go
okay, so that means say a temple there, and I say monastery. This is how the approved way of dressing.
Yes, okay. And it's also symbolized simplicity.
Okay, but who quite Juma there on dress? Say.
I mean, yes, for monks there or Jumani, but then on temple on your monk or in the family in a year or bar, you might dress like this, but dress a normal way of dressing.
I'm say that's fine. Say misconceptions na your warfare most at least what clinic finally on prayers final words
prayers they say empire we should always have in mind say we are connecting with the Supreme, somebody higher than us in consciousness, higher than us in respect and status. And whenever we go to Jomo say a bonfire, we should always have in mind say we are speaking to somebody superior. And speaking to somebody superior needs a lot of reverence. The highest prayer to say, my dear Lord, may thy will be done. Not always asking for bread and butter. Give us our daily bread. Say. Jesus Christ, when he came, not when somebody or but what did he told him? He told him, say, my friend, man should not live by bread alone. Indeed, the purpose of religion, the purpose of prayer is not always to ask material things. Sometimes also ask God, what do you want? What can I do for you? How can I serve you? That is the highest and supreme form of prayer. Thank you.
Yo, Prabhu yada sepane enchirimu a odi amaye. Yada wase ewo explanation nso a odi amaye. Abefo aha ene yede ye na ye common ebesi. Opanyin ne number no yede betu screen so enti say questions, further questions bisa no and answer person oboa won pipe mu a ejidi say obetimi aboa na omochira kwan bacho omochira kwan no
Kumasi higher where Menabody smart pack with tonnage and everyone crying so your media sounds some junction who will be as a Krishna for here and Kumasi sounds was senior and also a temple back for sounds in Coco and so of Wase branches be free.
Northern parts,
northern parts, not your preaching center by incident temple.
Okay.
And Sunyan is your temple, Sunyan.
Sunyan will okay. Techimane.
Okay. Go for you, dear. A boo and cocoa.
Okay. Yeah, Adolfo, yeah, sign a Damasi BM Brown. Yes, I'm best. Unsubscribe, subscribe my channel, into me. Farmer who near being sooner or non so. Nimdia onso wabesuano ya begin and then on also into me in yemi. Therefore, your son be shaping. Come on. Bye bye.